Hey everybody, Eric Bryan back to talk to you for just a second on how to accurately look at a contractor's registered contractor's license on the AROC's website. You can go to that website, it's www.azroc.gov, and you can very quickly navigate 2 pages in and pull up the contractor that you're looking for. Now, when you get to that page, let me just kind of educate you on some things so that you know kind of how they post things, and just some things for you to consider when making a determination whether you want to have a contractor out to your home or not. When you get on this page, you're going to see at the very top an open, a section that says how many open complaints they have. All of these are detailed just to the right, and it'll explain to you exactly what each of these categories mean. An open complaint is somebody that has filed a complaint against a contractor, and the contractor and that consumer are currently trying to work it out, or they're waiting an administrative hearing to have the actual appellate judges for the registered contractors work it out for them because they haven't been able to come to a decision from each other. It's important, guys, to understand that just because there's an open complaint doesn't necessarily always mean that the contractor's in the wrong. Unfortunately, just like consumers deal with contractors that aren't ethical all the time, sometimes we have to deal with consumers that aren't realistic as well. So it can be a lengthy process sometimes to try to come to a resolution. So keep that in mind. The one that's really important to look at after that, you see closed cases, then you're going to see discipline. And if they've got a lot where they've been disciplined by the ROC, you probably want to stay away from that company. The next box that you'll see is settled, resolved, or withdrawn. Now, these are complaints that have fallen down from the open category where the registered contractors and has either issued a settlement for them, or they've made they've come to a conclusion with the contractor, but nevertheless, the complaint has been settled, it's been resolved. You should not count that number against the contractor. That number, whether it's 3, 4, 5, or 10, means that, yeah, the complaint had been there, but the contractor did his part in resolving that to the satisfaction of the consumer and the registered contractors. Here's a little trick to think about. Sometimes people will go to these screens and they'll look at it and go, well, this contractor right here has had 7 closed complaints in the last 3 years, which is the time frame on this. Well, there's some things to think about in the last 3 years. Number one, how big is the company? How many calls do they run on an annual basis? For example, our company is very large. We have over 85,000 consumers. We run over 15,000 service calls a year. This happens to be our page, and we only have 1 that was settled. That's a pretty good statistic. If you look at a company that's run that many calls and only had 1 complaint in 3 years out of 45,000 calls that they've ran, that's a pretty good statistic. You should call this company. It's Precision Air and Heating, the good guys, right? But just because a contractor has 4 or 5 complaints doesn't mean that he's a bad contractor. You want to look for contractors that have either filed bankruptcy, they've been disciplined by the registered contractors, or they haven't settled any of their open complaints. And another thing to be leery of is a company that has a whole lot of open complaints. It means people filed a lot of complaints against them on the registered contractor's site. Now, a couple other things to remember. A consumer can file a complaint on a registered contractor on a contractor without having ever given the contractor a chance to even address the problem, and it posts as an open complaint. That's something to consider. They can do that as well with the Better Business Bureau. So when you're looking at these types of things, be very leery and don't just look at the number. Think a little bit about what I've told you about. Once again, it's always good to get that referral from a friend that's had good services from a company. And I guarantee you, if you want the best service in the Valley, you need to call Precision Air and Heating. Integrity, quality, and trust. That's what we live by. 602-FIX-MY-AC, or look us up online at www.precisionairandheating.com. Thank you.